Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all doing really well. We're checking out the Strymon Iridium today. A big thank you to my buddy Peter for loaning me his Iridium. This is not a sponsored video or anything, but I have been very curious about these, as have a lot of you. So we're just going to try some of the raw tones from this thing. At the moment, I have my YJM Strat plugged in, and we're going straight into Pro Tools with no post-processing. Right. Essentially, this has been marketed as the amp modeler for people who don't like amp modelers. As you can see, bass, middle, treble, room parameters on the bottom row. We've got input drive, we've got level, we've got a three-way switch to select between essentially a Fender model, a Vox model, and a Marshall model. And then each amp slot has 3 associated cab slots in there. There are some stock cabs by Ownhammer, cabir.eu, and a few other manufacturers. I've actually loaded in my Marshall TV mix, as you've seen a lot on this channel, into slot C for all of the amps, so we can try that a bit later, but I will play with this thing pretty much as stock. There is a headphone jack sort of at the base of the pedal. You can't see it, but it's just below this foot switch here. There's stereo outs, there's an expression pedal in, so you can control parameters with an expression pedal, and a favorite switch. So let's hear it. And I've got all the knobs in the middle because, you know, if you buy one of these, you're probably going to do the same thing. And the first thing you need to tweak is the drive. This guitar has very mellow pickups, so I'm just going to kind of get the drive to where I like it. We are on the, what's it called? Round, so basically the Fender model. That's kind of cool with the neck pickup. Let's have a listen to what this room parameter does. We can actually select between 3 different sized rooms. I don't know which one this is on at the moment. I suspect it's the large room. That's kind of cool there. Very, very subtle. It just kind of takes that direct edge off. And if you're not used to hearing the sound of a mic'd up guitar amp through an FR speaker, keep in mind this is what's happening here. You can disable the cab sims if you want to plug this into a power amp or something like that. But the appeal with this is it's so compact that you can just go direct with it and, you know, sit it on your main pedal board or something like that. So very, very clever, because Strymon make a bunch of really, really excellent pedals, from overdrives to choruses, delays, flanges, quality stuff, highly regarded. This, I guess, is designed to kind of sit at the core of all those effects, and then you can add whatever you like around it. So even though it's kind of like a modeler for people who don't like modeling, and it's priced as such, like it's a lot cheaper than something like a Kemper or an Axe Effects, it doesn't do as much on its own. And if you want all the other effects, I mean, realistically, you're probably going to run up a similar price. So keep that in mind throughout. But that's not the point. I just want to hear the raw amp tones. Let's dial this thing in. We'll stick with the round amp. I'm probably going to turn the mids and the treble up and see how that sounds, and maybe a little less bass. Let's hear that. That's kind of nice. Let's try cab B. I don't know what this is, but it's a stock cab B for the Fender style amp. And then let's try my impulse response. Let's hear this guy. So you can hear it kind of cleans up a little bit there, which is nice. Let's try the chime amp, and we'll keep the same IR. This IR, by the way, is of my Marshall 412 with greenback. So I want to do this so we can hear all 3 amp models through the same IR. Then I'll circle back around and we'll hear some of the built-in ones. Because really, a Vox style amp, you got to hear it with some Celestion Alnico blues. So same IR. I kind of like greenbacks with a Vox style amp. Let's just hear it. Okay, I think I get it. The middle control on the Vox model is like the high cut on a Vox. That's kind of cool, but I kind of liked it rolled off like that. I dig the Vox model in this. What's it called? Chime. I like it with the gain up. It kind of, does that thing very, very well with the stock cabs. Really, really cool. If I kind of maybe bring the gain down and I turn the middle down, it should be a bit chimier. That's really good. I think a lot of people who buy this are probably just going to live there. Really quickly, let's hear this with some humbuckers. That's kind of cool. That has character, which I like. Let's go to the punch model. Let's just stick with these settings. What is this cab? This definitely sounds like an Ownhammer cab. Maybe I have one of these. This sounds good. You can hear with this guitar in a low tuning with humbuckers, it kind of starts to fall apart, but I guess that is accurate, like a real plexi would kind of do that if it's not boosted. However, that Vox model, the chime model with the gain all the way up, that was sick with this guitar. I'm just going to add a little bit of delay in post with this, and let's hear how this kind of does lead sounds. While I'm here as well, I'm just going to grab a tube screamer really quickly and put it in front of this because the Marshall, I wish it could get a little bit tighter. So I'm thinking maybe a pedal in front of it can kind of achieve that. I hope it can achieve that anyway. So I'm going to back the gain off to kind of where I had it before. And these settings were good. It wasn't falling apart just yet. So maybe a tube screamer in front can fix that. Tube screamer. Alrighty, I've got the old overdrive all the way off, level and tone all the way up. Let's hear this. I'm still not quite convinced for that. So, you know, if you're a hard rock or a metal guy, this probably isn't for you. Let's try that Vox setting though. With the same thing. I want to hear that with a tube screamer. Maybe for like a kind of stoner thing going on there, but again, I like that a little bit more than the Marshall model in there. So yeah, probably not the ideal thing if you're a rock or a metal guy and you really need a kind of aggressive high gain thing that stays tight. But everything else is cool. The last thing I want to try is the Strat through the Fender model with the tube screamer as well. Let's see if it can kind of do a spicy Texas thing. I have to safely say that my favorite thing about this is that chime model with the gain rolled up, which doesn't sound chimey at all with the third-party impulse that I've loaded up. This is very clearly designed to just be used with the Strymon ecosystem or with other pedals. So it definitely fills its ecological niche very, very neatly. And I suspect this product is going to be a winner. It's definitely not a product for everybody. I think if you're somebody who is inexperienced with amp modeling, this will probably still frustrate you a little bit, because the big challenge with amp modeling isn't really the amp models. In some cases, it's the user interface. But if you can operate a smartphone, you can operate most modern hardware modelers. It's the cabs and getting the cabs right. And the fact that they've got cabs by guys like Kevin at Ownhammer, who does great stuff, I think is a really, really positive thing. But if you're not used to hearing the sound of your guitar close mic'd, then you're going to find it weird, because that's just modelers in general. Like, as much as this room parameter is cool, it just kind of sounds like a room reverb on there. So yeah, if you've never used an amp modeler before, try an Iridium. You might like it, but also try an Axe-Fx, try a Kemper, try a Helix, try them all before you commit to something. If you're someone who's tried them all and you kind of like it, but you wish it just had knobs on the front, probably an Iridium or an amplifier box. The amplifier box is actually another product I really, really want to demo. So hopefully I will get around to that very soon. Strymon don't make bad stuff, period. And this has some awesome tones in there, especially the Vox model. I love that. What did you guys think? Let me know about the tones. Let me know about what you think about the Iridium. And if you'd like to see some more content with it while I've got it for a week or two, I will do my best to knock something out. Until next time, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. I already said next time. Why did I say next time like 6 times?